everyone, my name is Shreya and I'm with USC's Young Scientists Program. In front of me here I have some black-eyed peas, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds. If I planted these outside, they might grow into beautiful big plants, but if I accidentally eat a seed of this apple, an apple tree is not going to grow inside my stomach. That's because seeds like these need certain environments to grow. Come with me and we'll learn more about what conditions a seed needs to grow.
The first part of the plant cycle we're going to talk about is the seed. So there's three parts to the seed. The seed coat on the outside, the endosperm, which actually takes up most of the seed, and the embryo, or the tiny little plant. Next, we have germination. This is when water makes the seed swell and the embryo sprouts out of the plant. So you can see that happening right here. The seed got a little bit bigger and the embryo's poking out. Next you have a seedling, so the roots start to grow down, the sprout starts to grow up, and at this point the endosperm, or the food in the seed, is still feeding this plant to help it grow. Here we start having a young plant, and the roots spread out to support the plant. The leaves grow. Now that the leaves are growing, the plant can start making its own food using the sun's energy and doesn't need the endosperm of the seed anymore. Finally, we have the adult plant, and there's tons of different kinds of plants, but here we have a sunflower, a pine tree, and a tomato plant. Adult plants can grow flowers, which turn into fruit. And inside these fruit, or inside these flowers, what do we see? We see seeds. I think that means we have a full cycle. Yes, we do. So we start with the seed, grows to a seedling, a sprout, baby plant, adult plant, and now this adult plant is ready to pass down its seeds onto the ground, and then those seeds get planted again and it starts all over. And this is how plants keep growing again and again and again. So what does a seed need to germinate? It needs water to help it swell up. It needs warmth to make sure it knows that it's a safe place for it to grow and it'll get sunlight when it comes up out of the ground. And it needs space for the roots to spread out and for the leaves to grow up. Now it's time for our experiment where we'll try to sprout our own seeds. For this experiment, you're going to want a Ziploc bag, paper towel, and some beans. I have black-eyed peas. You're going to fold the paper towel and then take some water. I just have it in a cup, but if you have it in a spray bottle, you could use that. And wet the paper towel. This is going to provide the water for our seeds to sprout. We just talked about how seeds need water. Then once it's wet, a little wet on both sides, you don't want it to be soaking wet, you're going to put some seeds onto the paper, maybe 7 or 8. If you have too many, the seeds won't have space. And then you're going to put it in the Ziploc bag and make sure you seal the Ziploc bag so that the water does not dry up. Now we're going to compare it to a dry bag. So I'm just folding up the paper towel and I'm going to put it in the bag with 7 or 8 seeds. This time no water, because we want to see if it actually needs water to sprout. After you seal both of those, I'm just going to take the one that had the water and mark that it has water by writing with water in it. Then I'm going to tape them to the window so that when the sun comes up, the seeds have warmth, because we talked about how seeds need warmth. After 6 days, I'm going to take them down, open the one without water, and see these did not sprout. The ones with water did indeed sprout. So you can see the little seedling, the baby plant, the embryo sprouting out of the seeds. So the seeds did indeed germinate when they had water, warmth, and space. This week's scientist is Dr. Marie Clark Taylor. Dr. Taylor was the first woman to earn a science doctorate from Fordham University. She did some incredible research, especially about how light influences plant development. She also organized a series of summer science institutes for high school teachers in order to introduce them to new methods of teaching science. I'm sure we use some of these methods today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.